It's Lacey and welcome back to our space. So today's video is a much anticipated video. I am going to be sharing with you guys how I make my signature bow that I put on a lot of projects that I do here on my channel. A lot of you guys have asked for it, and so I'm going to be bringing that to you today. But first, I need to tell you that this video is being sponsored by Jeulia.com. And before you click away, give me a second to explain that I don't do sponsored videos on here very often. I think over the last 2 years that I've actually had this channel as Lacey Space, I've done one, maybe two sponsored videos, and in the last year I haven't done any. So when Jeulia reached out to me and asked me if I'd like to take and get a piece of their jewelry, review it, and that they would sponsor this video, I went directly to their website and checked it out, and I asked a ton of questions. And so now here I am with you, presenting you the item that I actually got. They let me choose anything I wanted from the whole website, and let me tell you, there are a ton of pieces on their website. This is a premium artisan jewelry. It is all handcrafted and man-made. They do not have any real gemstones. All their stones and all their jewelry are man-made, and I actually really love that about this company, because that makes everything very affordable. They have price points for everyone's budget. Jeulia allowed me to choose which item I wanted to share with you guys from their entire website. I could choose anything I wanted, and so I decided to choose the BowKnot sterling silver cocktail ring, which is this ring right here on my finger, and I am in love with it. I have to tell you, I have been wearing this for about 10 days now. I wore it to a wedding and everyone said how beautiful they thought it was, how sparkly they thought it was. They wanted to know where I got it, and of course I shared it with them. But it is as brilliant and as sparkly as day one when I took it out of the box, and I've been wearing it continuously. Of course, I don't shower in it. I never shower in any of my jewelry, and I don't do the dishes in it either, because I don't do the dishes. But if I did, I would take it off to do that. But besides that, I do everything else in it. I love the fact that it is like a tied bow, and the stones go all the way through the 4 loops that are on the bow, the 2 ends that stick out, and down the band some. It is hand designed by their company. Each one of the loops is different. I love that about this. I'm a unique person. You guys know that I am very extra. This ring rings very extra to me, and I absolutely love it. Now, when it arrived in the mail, it was in this beautiful box. I love the simplicity of this. I am a sucker for packaging. It doesn't have to be over the top. This is simple, and it has their name right on the front in silver. And then when you open it up, you are presented with a little pamphlet that tells about their company and their mission statement. It gives you all the information you need to know on how they customize and they come up with all of their jewelry pieces. Then you also get a coupon in there, which is great because that guarantees a return customer. If you're satisfied, they favor you and they want to give you a break on the price, so they give you a coupon. You also get care instructions in there and a gift bag, just in case you purchase it for someone else. You don't have to run out and get a gift bag. It's included in your purchase. And what I also love about this company is everything is designed and man-made and handcrafted by them. Even the stones are man-made, which means they have a very low impact on the environment. We all know that you have to mine for gemstones and diamonds and stuff, and we know the stories about mining for diamonds and how it impacts the environment and the people who are doing it. Jeulia does not do any of that. They skip all of that. They do everything man-made, handcrafted, and unique designs. Right now they are running a special, and they have a coupon code for you guys that I am going to have linked down in the description box along with their website, where you can get 30% off of buy one and get one item. So you buy one and you get one, and it's 30% off. That is such a great deal. With the holidays right around the corner, you can end up picking up several gifts from your couch, the comfort of your own home, and you don't even have to go out and shop. They give back. And that was another reason why I wanted to go ahead and do this sponsored video for you guys. For every purchase that you make, they give back to an environmental cause. Right now, I know if you buy something in their mermaid, and yes, I said mermaid collection, or their marine collection, they're giving back $2 on the purchase to the OPS. And I do believe that's Oceanic Preservation Society. So yeah, go over, check them out, and then check out my bow tutorial that we are doing on this channel right here next. Okay, loves, so we are going to be making my signature bow, and if you're new to my channel and you don't know what that is, it basically is the bow that is on this wire wreath that I did here just a little while back. It is the pumpkin wreath form from Dollar Tree, where I put the beads and stuff on, and then I made this beautiful bow. I used 3 different types of ribbon, and I'm not going to be using the same ribbons in this tutorial because I love the ribbon so much. I didn't buy a ton of it, and I don't know what else I want to use it for. So I'm going to save it to make whatever other project for that. For this, I'm going to be using this burlap ribbon. Dollar Tree sells a burlap ribbon sort of like this. It's about 1.5 inches thick. I didn't have any. This comes from Joann Fabric. I already had this in my stash. I'm going to also use this. I do believe this came from Hobby Lobby. I'm not sure. It might have came from Michael's. It is a black and white polka dot ribbon. I've used it before, and I'm going to be using this one, which is a black and white stripe ribbon that came from Joann Fabrics as well. These are all about the same size, and that's what I like to do, is to use the same size ribbon. Every once in a while I will use a thinner ribbon in there too. It is the same concept to make this bow, and this bow is super easy to make. So we're going to start out with the burlap ribbon because it's the heaviest, and I just like to use the heaviest ribbon. It has wire in it. You can do this with ribbon with no wire in it, but I would use this size or smaller ribbon without the wire to make this kind of bow. If you want to make one that's 2-inch ribbon like in my wreath form, it'll be a little more difficult if there's no wire in the ribbon. You can include some loops in there with non-wired ribbon, but to make this particular bow, you kind of need wire in it. And this is only my signature bow. I make all kinds of bows. If you saw my last bow tutorial that I did on my Somebody is Hungry DIY, that's a little bit different because I cut each section of the bow and I stack them when they have to lay flat like this. This kind of bow can go on anything. It doesn't have to lay flat. So we're going to start off with this one. And yes, I'm going to show you like this, not with the camera facing down because it's really simple. We're just going to decide to make a tail on it. So I'm going to pull off a bunch of ribbon, and just so I have enough so I can work with it, leave it on the spool, and I'm going to decide to make a tail on it. So I'm going to make this one a little long, and then I'm going to bend over my ribbon for about as big as I want my bow to be. This is almost 6 inches, I would say. So I have my tail here and then like 6 inches of ribbon, and I'm going to do this twice. So I get 2 full loops. So that's going to leave me with a tail out the other end on here. So now I'm going to take sorry, my reach, I forgot to pull my scissors close. I'm going to cut my tail off on the other side. That gives me my tails in burlap, if that's what I want. You don't necessarily have to do this in burlap. You could do it in your next color that you're going to use. So now I have this piece. Then I'm going to continue, and I'm going to take this and I'm going to wrap this one starting on the opposite side and wrap it around the same way in this ribbon. Lots of people cut loops and stuff, and then people struggle with that. I find this way really, really easy. I'm going to do 2 rounds of this also, and I'm only doing 2 rounds of this because I don't have very much of it, and so that means you have 2 full loops. I have 2 full loops of the burlap with 2 tails, and then I have 2 full loops of the polka dot, and it's over the burlap. You can do these in any order you want. I'm just starting with the heaviest one first. Then I'm going to do the same thing, and I'm going to start where I left off with the stripes. And I'm going to pull some off so I have enough to work with. And I'm going to start where this one ended, and I'm going to put the stripe on, and then I'm going to loop it around. I'm going to do more than 2 full with the stripe. I'm going to make sure I pull it tight enough so they're not too big. And I'm going to do 1 full. This is 2 full. 3 full. And then I'm going to end where I started. So that's 3 full loops on this. This bow is going to be pretty full. It could be a little bit bigger probably in the end, but I'm going to cut it like I did the one on the wreath. So now it looks like this. So I'm basically just going to pinch the middle, take my scissors, and cut into the wire. Only in the wire. Don't cut into the ribbon too far. You're going to just try to clip the wire in the middle. I'm doing a little bit of a sawing motion because it's a thick wire. You have a lot of layers to get through. So that looks like this. It's got a little bend in it, a tiny bit. I always say just a tiny bit. Just clip the wire only in that spot. And then you're going to turn it over and clip on the other side, but not directly across, not straight up and down. You're going to tip it just a little and clip slightly off from that. A couple of millimeters, a centimeter or 2. Not really far away, just slightly off. Again, I have to kind of saw through it a little because I have a thick layer. If you have a bunch of heavier ribbon, you're going to have to maybe separate it a little and do that. So here's the top one, and then here's the bottom one, and they're slightly offset. See? Not hard to do at all. Then I'm going to take and I'm going to use some floral wire, just the plain green floral wire from Dollar Tree. It's cheap. They have it in other colors now too, like gold and red and whatever. Use any color you want. You shouldn't really be able to see it. If it bothers you, I'd get like silver or gold for depending on what colors ribbons you're going to be working with. And of course I can't find my end. Here we go. I'm going to cut off a piece. I don't know, maybe 5 inches or so, depending on how thick your actual ribbon is. I don't know if you can see that. I try to put it against the white of my wall. It's not very long. It's this long right here. Then we're going to pick this up and I'm going to bend it in half so it kind of looks like a bow. And on the top part that you bend in so it looks like a bow, not the back, we're going to put my ribbon and we're going to put it between the slots that we cut. And now here's the key. Once you get it between these slots, pinch it with your fingers, hold it there, and tighten your ribbon. Don't tighten the slot. Don't pull your ribbon. Don't try to push it down to the slot. Just tighten it where it's at. You're not going to do anything but lay it across there and then twist it and tighten it so the ribbon stays together. That's it. You're not trying to make it smaller. It's still going to be the width of this. Making it smaller will cut through your ribbon. We don't want to do that. We're going to leave the ribbon free so it's not cut through. Once you do that, and I do it like 10 times to guarantee that it's not going to come loose because we're going to be playing with this a lot. You can leave these ends on here just in case you might need some of this extra ribbon to like manipulate something. Normally I don't, but you might on your first time making this bow. So then we're going to pull the tail out and down on both of them. And here's where it comes in my signature bow. You're going to twist it just a little. Not even 180 degrees, not even 45 degrees. You don't even have to. Just a little. Just to separate it from the other pieces. And then you're going to have 2 tails on the outside and the inside of this one. We're going to twist it just a little. This ribbon is really thin. and so is the polka dot one. So you want to twist this just a tiny bit. You don't want to tear it. So you have those two ends. Now you're going to have two ends for your polka dot ribbon. So pull those out and twist those just a tiny bit. You don't have to do much to it. See how it'll stay? That's all you do. You can go in and find the other one that's on the other side, which I don't know where it's at. And twist that one too. Here we go. And don't mind if they're short or anything, that's perfectly fine. They're going to be shorter because they're in the middle. Now, you have all of those ends out. Now you have the rest of your ribbon, which are loops. And what you're going to do is you're going to pull out your loop and do the same thing. Start in the middle of the burlap one and do that one first. Pull one out, twist it. Go to the other side, pull one out, twist it. You don't have to go very far. Just twist it so it's out. So now we have these two out. Then go back to the other side, pull out your polka dot, twist it, come over here and pull out this one and twist it. Then pull out your other one and twist it. Just slightly. Just to separate them. That's all you're doing. And then we're going to do the same thing to the other side. So this is what you're going to have. Everybody's going to go, oh my gosh, mine's not going to look good. It's a hot mess. Mine is a hot mess right now. It always is when you first do this. So now what you're going to do is you're going to take a loop and you're going to grab onto it and make sure it's a loop. And you're going to flatten it out, flat like that. And you're going to fold it in half. And you're going to have the folds be at the top like this. And you're going to grab your scissors. And you're going to make flag ends, which means you're going to make it so it has 2 points on each side. And you're going to cut up at a diagonal and get flag ends. Like this. This ribbon is thinner than the one that I used in my wreath form. So your flag ends are going to be thin. And this ribbon also doesn't have a great wire in it. But that's what it's going to look like. And you're going to do that to every single solitary loop on here. So that's what we're going to do. And we're going to also do it to every single solitary end that was already just the end coming out. We're going to cut flag ends into it. Okay, so here's what this bow is looking like by just cutting flag ends into it. Looks awful, right? Actually, I missed this one, so I just showed you guys how to do it on camera, but let's do a close-up where you just fold it in half. This would be a loop. This is just an end, and you're going to cut it on the diagonal. And you have flag ends. All of these are like this, all of them. Some of them are longer, like this one, because it was on the top loop. Some of them are a whole lot shorter, like these, because they were the inside loops. So I want to make sure that all of them show, and this is what my bows look like until I fluff them up. This is a whole bunch of loops just together. On my smaller bows, I make about 5 loops all together. So let me show you this. This is a 5 loop bow with just the burlap. I made this a while back and it turned out nice and fluffy. I made this to be a flat bow, and it's actually going to have some floral picks to go in it, so I didn't need it to be super full, but full enough. But that's just with burlap by itself and 2 tails, and it's all with the flag ends. But I also made this one, which is a whole lot fuller, and this is with 9 to 10 loops. I'm not exactly sure. I know it's at least 9, and this is how full it is. And it's more like a pom-pom. See how full that is? I can flatten it out and it'll look even fuller. And I can turn the peaks up, and this is just me fluffing it some. So here it is, And I think it looks fine. I like the messy look. I like how big it looks. You can do this with any colors you want. You can do this with any size bow you want. You can make it bigger. You can do it with bigger ribbon, but make sure it has a wire in it, because bigger ribbon will just flop and it will not set up like this. And it looks really cute. It might not look really nice in my hand, but here we go. Here's my Jeulia box. I'm going to put a big bow on it to give it as a present. It will look great sitting across this box. And we can just kind of put our thumb in there and make our ribbon dance across it too. All I do is wrap it around a finger or thumb to bend it. This one's a little long for this box, so I'd probably cut it off, but I'm not gonna keep it on this box, so. There you have it. Lacee Space Signature Bow. I do make other bows, and I will share those with you too, because the one I did on my Somebody Is Hungry thing is a little different. I actually cut straight pieces, and the ones that I do my loop bows, I have two different ways that I make those, and those come out really easy too. So let me know if you want to see those bows along with this signature bow, and I will do another bow tutorial coming up. Okay, so that is it for this video. I want to thank you guys so much for watching, for liking, and always sharing my videos. And if you are not a member here at Lacee Space yet, I don't know why not. Go ahead, smash that subscribe button, become a member, hang out with us for a while. We have a lot of fun here. Also, if you like, you can follow me on Instagram. It's Lacee Space, the same way that is spelled here. And also, remember, go over to Jeulia's website. It's jeulia.com. I will have it linked in the description box down below. I will also have linked the coupon code for buy one get one 30% off, and I also will link this particular ring if you're interested in picking up this one. It is the BowKnot sterling silver cocktail ring that I absolutely love. They also have a sizing chart over there, so if you do want to get a ring, you'll be able to pick your perfect size if you don't know what ring size you are. How great is that? Alright, that's it, loves, and I will catch you in my next video. Bye!